Stealth side of the field around the 43-yard line of Capital City. 7-6 your score here. Dan Leach, Lawton Luntz, Jasmine Bailey calling all the action here on the NFL Game of the Week here on Cam TV. Lawton, nice flow to this game so far. Obviously, when we saw the Traverse City game, a lot of domination early on the Traverse City part. Looks like we're very evenly matched today. And let's see how the Stealth defense responds after getting the turnover on the last drive.
Well, we talked about the Stealth didn't want to give the Silverbacks a short field, and I mean that was kind of a risky pooch kick there. But I think the Stealth wanted to catch them off guard.
That was a pancake toss there. I don't know what's going on there, but you got to try things out here. Maddox to pass. Oh, and a great catch. Looks like that was number 36, Mike Gale.
We said
a lot of players play call it two-way. Sorry, Lon.
No, we said in the open that the Silverbacks, their offense could score points. Now, defense has proven that as well, but the Stealth are really going to need to make sure their defense plays well, and their offense could put up some points if they plan on trading touchdowns.
Well, Coach Alan Lazaro of the Silverbacks told us he doesn't really have a go-to offensive guy yet, but he said there's a lot of possibilities on this team, and maybe Mike Gale is one of them we're going to have, as we mentioned. A lot of guys on London playing both ways as they only came with 28 players. And a lot of heat out there right now. Maddox under center. He's got two split receivers to the left, one to the right, and a single in the backfield. He's going to pass, looks left, almost knocked down, and it's going to be incomplete, trapped ball by number 81, Chris Hamilton, out of London, Ontario. Good thought there by Maddox, but did not get there in time.
Yeah, referee's right on top of that play, too. You mentioned the heat, too. I tell you.
Swelter.
It's hot down there on the field, and I know it always is hotter on the field than it is in the booth, but if it's anywhere close to what it is in this broadcast booth, it's hot.
It's hot. I just love seeing the American flag and the Canadian flag right above the scoreboard. Very brotherly game here, even though the Customs fish was not too nice to London. 2nd and 10 from the Stealth 25. Maddox under center. In the backfield, Nick Romaine. Man in motion for London. Maddox looks to pass again. Good coverage for the Stealth. He's hustled and he's sacked by number 55, Greg Sizemore. We'll be calling his name a lot today, Lawton. That was one of the better bunch coverage plays by the Stealth defense. Caused the problems. Didn't give Maddox a lot of time. Great play by Sizemore.
Like I said before, Greg Sizemore is the heart and soul of this defense. He always seems to be around the big play, whether it's a sack, whether a fumble recovery, a shoestring tackle, you name it, Greg Sizemore's there.
Some guys can just sniff out the football, can't they? You know they're going to be there no matter what, and Greg Sizemore is one of those guys. He's got a great football name, too.
Absolutely. I was actually kidding around with him early on when we were talking before the game. I told him he had to make some big plays because we were going to talk about him. We were going to kind of pep him up a little bit because, like I said, he's the man on D.
Loss of 9 on the play for London. We got a flag. Looks like another delay game. It's going to push back even more. Could be a 3rd and 24, if that's what it is. It is on London for sure. We're going to take a look at exactly what happened there, London, on that sack.
Well, you see the quarterback drops back. He's got good protection, but you can't dance around forever. Greg Sizemore in, and the quarterback was lucky he wasn't injured.
And Juan Rodriguez on top of that play as well. He came over the top. Sizemore went low. Rodriguez went high. That was a football sandwich.
5 more yards now.
Peter Maddox got hit from both directions, that's for sure.
3rd and 24 from the Stealth 38. Loss of 9 on that previous play, then the 5-yard penalty. Maddox has a long way to go. He looks to pass. Has a man almost picked, almost caught, and then knocked down. That was a little pinball action there, and then Terry Mitchell almost had it off the deflection. With the Stealth defense, you can feel them really starting to bunch up the coverages, have a lot of confidence, and it looks like, as we talked about in the open, fatigue could be a factor. London, not a lot of players here. Stealth could shuffle in and out defensive players. That could be a factor later in the game.
Absolutely, and the Stealth is fully loaded today. I mean, except for maybe 4 or 5 guys that are out due to injury, the whole team's here. So if there's substitutions, that's going to be definitely in their favor.
That'll bring up a punting situation for Ovi Kokaleaf. And back to receive for Capital City. Number 29, Jabril Goins. He's been back there for all the kicks today so far. Last week we saw Grantham back there and Jonathan Hart, but they're going with Goins. Going with Goins today. A little delay on the field right now. And another flag. We've seen 4 flags in the last 6 minutes of game time. After being pretty flag-free in the last game against Traverse City, it's going to push them back even more. It's going to be 4th and 29 around the 4-yard line of Capital City. 4:22 remains in the first quarter, 7-6 lead. Smallest of margins for London, but Capital City about to get the ball back. On a beautiful day in Okemos, Michigan here at Chippewa Field.
You would have known that earlier on.
Oh.
We had a lot of clouds rolling through.
Storms were brewing earlier.
Crazy.
Back to punt. Number 27, Ovi Koka. Gets the kickoff. Another flag on the play. Could be a hold. And Goins just lets it go. It's down around the 16-yard line. Let's check out what the laundry's all about.
16 flag on the play.
It's going to be a procedure penalty. False start.
On the Silverback.
And I don't know if Coach Tony Tabarro is going to make him kick it again. I probably would.
Hey, why not? 4th and 34. You keep backing them up. All the better for the stealth.
Coach Tony Tabarro did elect to decline or accept the penalty. Excuse me. Could have chose to take in the ball 5 yards further. But they're going to give Goins another chance at it. And now looking to go back as well. Andre Martin's going to go back as the up man. You rarely see this on punt returns, Lawton. Only normally one guy back there, but they're going to send in Andre Martin to go about 8 to 9 yards ahead of Goins, just in case it's a short kick. Smart move by the coaching staff of the Stealth.
Well, you got a short kick or a lead blocker anyway. So the up man's going to provide that for Jabril.
John Lloyd's got to be happy with the defense, the defensive coordinator for the Stealth so far in this game. Much different results in this game than against Traverse City, where they were down early. Punts off by Koka, and once again, Goins is just going to let it go. It's going to go out of bounds and see where they call it. Referee walks up to the 17-yard line. So a net of 2 yards. All that action for 2 extra yards, but you got to take a chance.
Absolutely.
And Danny Dresslos will take over the Stealth offense. And this time, if they score points, they will take their first lead in a home game so far this season. Of course, won 15-0 last week on the road to Tri-City. A common opponent, as London beat them 32-18 in their home opener 3 weeks ago. First and 10 from the 19 of Capital City. We have 4:07 remaining in the first quarter. And in the backfield again for Capital City, Jabril Goins. And split wide to the right, number 81, Ryan Troiano for the first time today. And it looks like Dresslos is going for him. He has him open. And instead it's caught by number 88, Adrian Harris. What a throw and catch by Dresslos. He really does have some amazing arm strength, Lawton.
He does, and you know, going big up top. You're gambling early. I like what Tony Tabarro is doing here. He understands that he's going to have to put some points on the board and move this ball down the field today, and we're seeing a lot more action through the air.
And it looked like that ball going all along was going to go to Troiano, but right in the middle was Adrian Harris, who cut that route. Perfect throw and catch. Gain of 47 on the play. It'll bring up a 1st and 10 from the Silverback side of the field at the 39 of London. And the Stealth always hustle up to the line. You got to love seeing that if you're a fan of offense. Really organized, really fired up to get to that line and get the next play off. It's going to be a handoff to Goins. Goins running around the right side, gets some, or excuse me, did remind me that time. Gained him about 4 or 5 yards there, Lawton, but shake and bake move. Got to like that.
Well, if you know anything about Coach Tony Tabarro, he is definitely a through-the-air kind of guy. He likes to pass. And I asked him in previous days, he said, hey, 60%, I like to pass. We're looking at the replay here. Danny Dresslos going up top. Danny Dresslos, like I said, when he has some protection, he can throw the football, and he's very accurate, Danny.
He's got a gun. I do have a problem, though, as I'm looking at the field. We got 2 Silverbacks with white helmets, the rest with black. Is that legal? I'll have to get back to you on that one.
I noticed that earlier.
Dresslos under center. It's a little confusing. Handoff to Goins. It's a fake, actually. Dresslos to throw. It's going to be caught right side. Jonathan Hart. Boy, is he a perfect body for a receiver, Lawton. Gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be good enough for a first down.
He's got great hands. He's long. And like I said, Danny Dresslerhouse has got a couple of receivers on this team that are big playmakers that he's really starting to build chemistry with. One is Jonathan Hart, and, of course, the other big man, Colin Davis.
And we did have some word from the booth from owner GM Robert Hunt, too. Great information, just to let you know about why there are 2 Silverbacks wearing white helmets. They're supposed to match, but they're not going to be too harsh. It's a very friendly game here with our neighbors to the north. Dresslerhouse back to pass. Play action pass. He's scrambling, looking for his man. Nothing open. He's going to throw it out of bounds, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Nothing wrong with getting rid of the ball, Lawton, when there's nothing open.
Smart decision. You know, if there's nothing open, throw the ball away. It's a safe play and regroup and go to the next down. Danny Dresselhaus is a smart quarterback. All season long, we've seen him. I don't want to say graduate, but grow up.
We've seen gradually move up in stature.
Yeah,
As I like
absolutely.
to say.
And
By the way,
I just saw number 32, Brandon Dunn, enter the game for the first time.
first time today. Let's see if he gets it on the play. And I thought that those two guys wearing the white helmets were to represent the snow-capped mountains of Canada, but I guess I was wrong. Or white ice Slurpees. Dresselhaus gives it to Brandon Dunn. Nice call, Lawton. Up the middle, and it's going to be a gain of about 8 as he rumbles up to the 20-yard line, around the 19 into the red zone of London. And Brandon Dunn, a key on this team. He had some injury issues, Lawton, but was very impressive in the second half of the game against Traverse City. Look for a lot of him out of that running back position today.
Absolutely. I mean, they've already established the run with a couple running backs, and now bringing Brandon Dunn in there, who is your star running back. Nothing wrong with that. You're opening up those holes. He's definitely your smash mouth runner.
And we're going to have a timeout here by Capital City. It has a chance to catch our breath. This is Capital City in the red zone for the first time today. A minute 31 remains in the first quarter, Lawton. 3rd down and 3. What kind of a play are you looking at here? I mean, Brandon Dunn obviously back in the game for the first time in the previous play. Rumbles up for 7 yards. Do you go back to him?
Well, if it were me, if I were Coach Tony DeBarro, I mean, 3rd and 3, you know you got a great hard runner in Brandon Dunn. So you could easily give the ball to him. Feel very comfortable about an off left tackle play for Brandon Dunn. If not, play action to him and have Dresselhaus roll out. You could even make a good risky play here. You know, Tony DeBarro has already proven that he's going for the win today, and he's opening up the playbook a little bit, if you will.
I want to let everyone know as we get ready for the game action to begin. Today is Fan Appreciation Day at Chippewa Middle School. Audience can get some T-shirts thrown into the crowd, patch cords, great barbershop quartet. I want to thank them again for singing the Canadian and American national anthems. And Dresselhaus back under center. 3rd and 3 in the red zone. Play action pass. Looks to his right. Good coverage by the Silverbacks defense. Dresselhaus gets pressured, almost sacked, evades 1, 2, 3 tacklers, and he's going to run for the first down, but fumbles the ball, recovered by Capital City. That was a razzle-dazzle play. Almost disaster for Capital City. But Danny, with the fearless ability to run that ball, gets the first down. Did lose it at the end, but you got to love them getting the ball back.
Making something out of nothing, Danny. That's what it's all about. And Dresselhaus knew he'd get really tackled hard. Let's just say sacked, if you will. But he made a couple nice juke moves there and then really moved in. And look, ended up with a first down for the Capital City Stealth.
Well, let's take a look at exactly what happened there, Lawton. And you got to love Danny Dresselhaus's composure.
Well, as I said, you know, play action play was not out of the box. No open receivers. 1 shake, 2 shake, 3 shake, 4 escape, 5. And
the ball
almost
fires out.
lost the football. That could have been disastrous for the Capital City Stealth, but hey, ended up good. Sometimes the way the ball rolls.
Hey, and sometimes you got to have that extra juice as a guy and a leader of a team like Dresselhaus. Is runner a minute here to play in the first quarter. Minimal gain there by Goins on first down. 2nd and 9 as we tick the 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Stealth threatening, down 7-6 to London Silverbacks. Dresselhaus under center, 2 in the backfield. Jabril Goins is back there. We've had a lot of stoppages of play and timeouts in the first quarter that I can ever remember, London. Timeout by London. We've already had 4 timeouts called in the first quarter of play. I guess that's what happens when you get delayed at the border.
And that's already 2 timeouts for the Stealth early on. I guess, you know, if you're going to blow them in the first half, definitely don't want to do that in the second half.
Yeah, that's a timeout for the Silverbacks there. Lon wanted to let everyone watching the telecast know we are here, of course, at Chippewa Field in Okemos, Michigan. Cam TV Game of the Week, NFL Game of the Week, and it's a pleasure to bring it here with you. Dan Leach, Lawton Luntz, Jazzmania on the field, bringing you all the action. Great job she did interviewing Sawyer Paul Baird. Coming up August 21st, the next home game here at Chippewa Field for the Capital City Stealth against the Tri-City Thunder. Team they already took down for a loss last week, 15-0. They're going to partner with American Cancer Society, and that's going to be the promotion for the August 21st game. It is a breast cancer awareness game, and they'll be honoring survivors of breast cancer or other cancer, obviously handing out ribbons and having a raffle. They'll be setting up a booth for the games on both the 14th and 21st here. Dresselhaus back for the action. Under center, 2 in the backfield. Goins He's going to throw the ball, and it's going to be incomplete. Good coverage there, looking for a flag as Dresslo's not going to get it. But great coverage by number 11, Ali Tamba, out of London, Ontario. And that'll bring up a 39 lot, and this drive is looking very promising. Now a little stalled here inside the red zone. I would look to see Dresslo's probably pass this ball, maybe look for Hart on the right side if he can get him open. Out of the game is number 22, Wesley Thomas. It is going to be Jonathan Hart, the touchdown maker, far to the right. The inside receiver, number 88, Adrian Harris, who had that big catch just a few plays ago. Danny looks to pass, has his man in Harris. Harris brings about 3 tacklers with him out of bounds. Not going to be good enough for a first down. They'll have to either settle for a Jeff Drake field goal attempt, or they could go for it. It'll be about a 4th and 6 lot. Tough call for Coach Tony Tabarro.
Well, the objective here is to get some points on the board,
Right.
and a field goal gets you the lead, and that's, you should feel comfortable about going into the second quarter with a lead if you can get it here on this field goal attempt. Now, mind you, the London Silverbacks special teams unit got through last time. I got that block.
They did. That's why I was thinking you might want to you have to pause to think about it. But the clock's going to run down, and it's going to end the first quarter. We're going to switch sides, and they're going to kick at the other end of the field, the north end of the field. They're not going to get this playoff in time. And that is going to be the end of the first quarter. Listen, a good one for both teams, some highs and lows for both, but the impressive stat for the Capital City Stealth, 1 turnover, 1 touchdown, and moving the ball very, very well.
Agreed. I mean, they're taking advantage of their opportunities. They scored on a turnover earlier, and hey, you know, that's all you can ask for. Sometimes you got to it's better to be lucky than good, Danny.
That it is. Got the Capital City Stealth cheerleading squad on the field. And it looks like we are going to head down for Jazzmania. I believe she is with Doug Rubin. What a guy that guy is. Let's go down to Jasmine on the field.
Can I just go with one of them? I was like, I'm not. I'm here with Assistant General Manager Dr. Doug Rubin for the Capital City Stealth. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. What a great day today. We're just behind a little bit, but you just watch. We're going to catch up on them.
Okay, well, being a great player is all about, giving back to the community. So what types of things are the Stealth going to be doing coming up soon?
Jasmine, we have some exciting things coming up. On August 14th and August 21st, we're going to be teaming up with the American Cancer Society for breast cancer awareness. And then come 9/11, we happen to have our game on that Saturday. So we're going to do a 9-year tribute to that horrible occasion, tragedy for the U.S. We're going to be inviting the military. It's half off admission for uniformed personnel. And on top of that, we'll have color guard, we'll have a band. We're trying to make it a very exciting time, but in memorial to that special occasion.
Well, sounds great. That's beautiful.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Jasmine. And Doug Rubin, what a great guy. He is always a pleasure to have him on there. While we were gone, Jeff Drake, little low on a 37-plus yard field goal. Was under the uprights there, Lawton. So the field goal, no good. Capital City drives deep, gets stalled a little near the red zone. No points.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, the special teams has really not come through so far today for the Capital City Stealth. Hopefully that's going to get better as we go further in the game. But great interview with Doug Rubin. Doug's such a nice guy. He's the media relations director with the Capital City Stealth. He's always a good guy. Gets our rosters, our stats, everything that we need, anything throughout the week. Is a great communicator. Doug Rubin, he's an overall good guy.
Well, off the missed field goal, London will take over at their own 20-yard line. Peter Maddox under center. He's had some success today, but nothing special as of yet. Maddox to throw. It's going to be complete for about a gain of 6.
James
Terry
Williams.
Mitchell with the catch there. He's been pretty active early on with the passing game for the London Silverbacks. London, if you're London right now, you're still up by a point. You gave up a lot of yards on defense these last couple drives, but you still have the lead. So you don't want to do anything really crazy here. You want to stay composed. And the way that this London Silverbacks offense is playing, it looks like they're not taking a ton of chances early.
Well, I'd feel really comfortable, really, because special teams-wise, the Stealth missed an extra point. They've missed a field goal, and they should be leading 10-7 right now. But they're not. They're down by a point, and Silverbacks should be in good shape. Feel good about themselves.
Maddox under center, looks to pass. Has a man left side, almost picked though, but it ends up going right into his hands. What an unlucky bounce, as in on that play was Eric Tice, the defensive back for Capital City.
31 Hamilton.
But instead, it goes right into number 81, Chris Hamilton's hands. An unlucky bounce to give inches.
Tackled by
That's right.
23
Like I said, sometimes better to be lucky than good. I really thought there was great coverage. Nothing better that the Stealth could have done on that play. They were all over
Silverbacks have
Chris Hamilton. And, hey, you know, the ball was placed where it needed to be, and
It was
he made
perfect.
the catch. So
And that ball gets tipped the other way. You never know. Could have been a pick there. But a gain of 42 on the play. And now the Silverbacks in deep into Stealth territory at the 31-yard line. Stealth defense needs to come up big here. Maddox under center. He's got a 4-receiver set. Man in motion is number 39. Uncovered, and it's a handoff up the middle. Gain of about a couple on that play. Number 50, Matt Tin on the carry. The Tin Man, quite a big guy for a running back.
not often you see a number 50 running the football.
Well, he's an offensive defensive lineman, but they're kind of short today, as we mentioned. So a lot of guys are going to have 3, 4, maybe 6 hats on today.
55.
Gain of 1 on the play brings up 2nd and 9.
The second half is going to be critical. I know I'm stepping ahead a little bit, but with fatigue and everything.
Nothing wrong with slip sliding away. Nothing
That's
wrong
right.
with that. Frank Sinatra did it. Danny Thomas, gotta love the tap dancing. Maddox under center. He's got a 4-receiver set again. And Nick Romaine led us in the backfield. He's gonna pass. Maddox has a man, and it's picked off. Picked off by number 20, Jared Brooks. Number 28, excuse me, Andre Martin.
Intercepted by 28.
Andre Martin runs it back for 24 yards, and that time the fortuitous bounce goes to Capital City.
That was great. I mean, they were right on top of that play, and almost was like they were inside the huddle.
You mean like the great show you host on Sunday afternoons on CAN TV?
It's not too shabby. I wouldn't call it great. We're
The host
getting
of that
there,
show,
I tell you what.
he's a pretty good-looking guy from what I heard. He likes a lot of vegan stuff. Does he offer his friends and guests soy ice cream, though, is my question.
Just water so far. We haven't gotten to the food part yet.
Well, one thing that we have not seen in the 2 games that we've called until today, 2 turnovers early in the first half for the Stealth defense. That is an improvement, especially after they struggled against Traverse City in their previous home game here. Danny Dresslaus back under center, 2-receiver set, 2 in the backfield. And it's going to be a handoff.
Brandon Dunn.
Dunn back in the game. I keep thinking there's flags on the field because one guy's got orange and yellow shoes. But a gang tackle by the London Silverbacks.
Yeah, big number 99, Jameel Fells. I saw him getting taped up earlier with that bright yellow tape.
Matt Pito in on the tackle there for London. And London just a gain of 3 on that play. But Brandon Dunn, he's such an explosive runner at any time he can take off for a touchdown. And he's out of the game, unfortunately, for Stealth fans. Also coming out, number 37, Kevin Rainbolt. I'm sure he loves it when there are rainbows in the sky.
Well, you've got good running backs. You've got some depth there for the Stealth. They've got some guys that can definitely run the football. Diddy or Mommy in the backfield at tailback right now.
Adrian Harris split to the right. Dresslaus is going to hand it off in a big hole as Stephen Bell rings the bell and rumbles all the way to the 31, a gain of 24. Big play there by the running game once again, Lund.
Quick inside handoff, straight up the middle. Unexpected, obviously, from the London Silverback defense. He ran right by the linebacker core.
And if you're a Stealth fan in attendance here or watching on TV today, I got to tell you, this running game has really looked good early on.
We get a good look at the replay here. Real quick inside handoff, and right up the middle. He just passed everybody. Stephen Bell rumbles and stumbles down to the 31.
Just got some news from Robert Huntoon as we continue to talk about this running game. Isaac Harper is a player that they're just going to be picking up who had 2,500 yards in high school. They're just going to continue to add to this running game, London. So good things in the future as we're seeing a lot of things happen with this Stealth offense and running game. I know Robert Huntoon and the coaching staff very excited. He's actually here today. Maybe we can actually get a chance to have Jasmine talk with him. 2nd and 5, 10 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Stealth threatening. They're down 7-6 right now. Dresslaus out of the shotgun. Looks to pass, scrambles around, has a little trouble here. He's being chased by Mo Chams, and he gets it off. It's just a little too high. And we do have a flag on the play, a little too high there for Wesley Thomas.
Almost took out the official, too, on that play.
That's got to be at least 15 yards to take out an official. 15 yards in like a sandwich.
Dressel House has such quick feet, Danny. I mean, in the backfield, he's running around. He has such great escape ability, and darn near hit Wesley on that throw. I mean, like I said, we talked about his accuracy before. He can deliver the ball.
Danny Dressel has looked great so far in this game. I mean, he's had his moments, and it's going to be an intentional grounding throw as he was being chased by Mo Chams, who had those one fumble recovery and 2 interceptions for touchdowns, Lawton.
Intentional grounding.
That was a pretty questionable call.
That was very questionable.
You got to respect the Zebras, though. Come on, you got to respect the Zebras. It's hot out there for them, too. Exactly 10 minutes remain here, Lawton, in the second quarter. London Silverbacks 7, Capital City Stealth 6. The Stealth are driving, but a tough 10-yard penalty lost it down. It's going to be second and 20. Lawton, as we mentioned, we just talked to Robert Hunt, too, the owner, general manager of this team. And, you got Brandon Dunn on this team. You got some great receivers, but they're going to, add Isaac Harper, local product, 2,500 yards in high school. Very, very excited staff here and ownership group here for the Capital City Stealth. There's a lot of great players joining these teams. That's how it works in this level. A lot of players will, join mid-season. A lot of players will be able to just kind of get healthy and start contributing to a team. And it's one of the exciting things about this level of football.
Well, it's good timing with guys like Sawyer Paul Baird injured. We found out recently Sam Grantham has a calf tear, so that's why we're not seeing number 21 out there today.
And there's the handoff and another flag. We've had a lot of laundry so far early in this one, as it looks like it was number 26, Didier Mami, on the carry. Are we going to have a hold possibly, Lawton? 2 flags in a row is not what the Stealth offense wanted to do after that great play to Stephen Bell. Great run by Stephen Bell up the field. We have an intentional grounding on the previous play, and as we sort this one out, looks like the Stealth are being pushed back once again. It is an illegal block in the back on Capital City. And that is going to bring up a second down and forever, but they're moving the chains back. It's going to be third down. A lot of confusion on the field, Lawton. As we sort it out, we'll let you know what's going on. There's a lot of confusion here in the booth as well on a beautiful July day here in Okemos, Michigan. It is going to be second and 20 from the Capital City Stealth 39-yard line. 9:54 remains, second quarter. Stealth losing 7-6 right now, trailing the London Silverbacks. It's been a good defensive effort. Already 2 turnovers, 1 fumble recovery, and 1 interception by the Stealth defense.
A lot of wild and crazy things happen. A lot of
Wild
flags,
and crazy guys.
a lot of turnovers, big plays.
White helmets. Mismatch with black helmets. A lot of Tim Horton crullers. As we like to say, a lot of confusion on the field. And it looks like the question is whether the penalty is going to be accepted by London or declined. If it's accepted, it should be second down. If it's declined, it would be third down, but they would not push the chains back. Looks like it is going to be second and 20, Lawton. But there is a tremendous amount of confusion on the field. I feel like we should all go read a book.
Yeah, there's a major delay here. Not really sure what's going on.
Chains look like they're way off. I wish I had a microphone on the referee right now, or at least a cell phone to his ear. I would ask him what he's doing for dinner later and why he's doing this.
Definitely, it looks like they're getting things sorted out. At least where the ball is to be marked.
We will get it all sorted out. Looks like we're ready for play, and it should be second and 20. We think from the Stealth 39.
Chains are actually in the right place.
And we've got more delays. This has been insane. Gives me a chance to tell you, Lawton, how great it is to be here with you on a beautiful Saturday in July. I want to thank our crew as well. Great Cam TV crew. We've got a lot of cheering in the press box as we're finally ready to get back going. A lot of choppiness here in the second quarter. Second and 20. Stealth 39, Dressloss out of the shotgun. 2 receivers split right. Bunch formation. 1 to the left. Jonathan Hart left side. Let's see if Danny goes for him. He's going to try to get to. He's going to scramble around. A lot of pressure, included by number 75, Jason Nurse. Dressloss still going to throw. Has a man off his hands, but almost caught by Jonathan Hart after it flipped off of Wesley Thomas's hands there, Lawton. Danny, a lot of escapability, though. You got to be impressed with the way he's been able to be mobile today.
Absolutely. I mean, he's quick in the backfield, and like I said, on the run, he's getting better at that delivery.
Absolutely.
And when he has time, though, like I said earlier, the offensive line gives him a little bit more protection as receivers get open. He's spot on.
3rd and a mile. 3rd and 20 from the Stealth 39-yard line. 9:43 remains, second quarter. Stealth trail by 1 point to the London Silverbacks in here from London, Ontario, Canada. Almost didn't make it here, so we're very grateful this game's going on. Danny will be out of the shotgun. Jonathan Hart, Wesley Thomas split to the left. The two protectors to both of Dresselhaus's sides. Danny's going to roll with it. A lot of pressure again, and that time he could not avoid Jason Nurse. As Jason Nurse has put a ton of pressure on Danny all day, and that time gets to him for the second sack of the day for the Silverbacks defense. That'll bring up a 4th down and absolute punting situation for the Capital City Stealth.
Well, credit to the Silverbacks defense. I mean, they're not allowing the Stealth receivers to get open. Therefore, Dresselhaus has got to make more decisions on the runs, taking more time for him to get rid of the ball. And, bad things happen when you don't get rid of that ball within that first 7 seconds.
You could say Jason Nurse discharged Danny Dresselhaus from the hospital on that play.
Absolutely. And it wouldn't have even mattered if he would have gotten blocked. He was all over Dresselhaus.
Seth McCombie back to punt for the Stealth. Back deep for London as the punt's away. It's number 85, Josh Earls. And a good punt by McCombie, a net of about 38 yards on that one, as it looks like the Silverbacks will take over around the 17-yard line. Their offense has been a little stagnant, too, and obviously the turnover's not helping them, London.
Not at all. 8:51 to play here in the second. We're still at a 7-6 score. Things have slowed down. First quarter was a lot of action, a lot of things going on, a lot of big plays, and it is what it is now. Hopefully, the Stealth defense can really buckle down here and either create another turnover or just help the London Silverbacks go 3 and out.
Well, and early in this game, Peter Maddox, a lot of handoffs to Nick Romaine. He's been starting to pass a little more, looking for his wide receiver, Steve Heddle, Chris Hamilton for London, as well as Terry Mitchell. You never know, you might see Mo Chams on offense, the defensive back. He said he wants to get in there.
Yeah, talking to him earlier, he said he's really excited about possibly playing for the offense, and with 28 guys out there today, there's a good chance of that.
Maddox will take over at the 17-yard line of the Silverbacks. Looks to pass, and it's going to be a sack and a fumble. Recovers his own fumble. In on that hit, among others, number 79, Andre Bolden. And that, the Stealth defense, Lawton, you got to give them credit after starting very stagnant in the Traverse City Wolves game a couple weeks ago, then shutting out Tri-City last week. They have looked really good today. We're going to go down to the field now. Jasmine Bailey with a very special guest.
Thanks, guys. I'm standing here on the field with Isaac Harper, future player of the Capital City Stealth. Now, Isaac, just explain to me a little bit. How long have you been playing? Where'd you start?
I pretty much started football picking up at Warriors. Been playing for about 7 years now, and I found about the Stealth and started trying out with them, and then I'm just here to play with them now.
So what are you looking for once you're on the team and you're playing? What do you hope will come out of it?
Just everybody just get along and go out here and try to make a name for ourselves.
Any future plans for you?
Yeah, I'm planning on making some future plans. Just working with them and seeing what opportunities they can have for me.
All right. Well, sounds good. Well, good luck on the team. All right. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Jasmine.
Yeah, Jasmine with Isaac Harper is going to be an instant contributor to this team while we were gone. Number 38, number 38, Andrew Wilkin with a big run up the middle for about 17 yards. First down, Silverbacks from their own 32-yard line. Maddox under center. He's got 4 receivers set. Little spread offense, man in motion is number 81, Chris Hamilton. Maddox looks to pass, being chased by Juan Rodriguez, and it's going to be incomplete. Great pressure there. Or it was
Broken up by 53.
the play broken up there by Eric Hadley, and the pressure's starting to come on both sides, Lawton. A little pressure for Danny Dresselhaus by the Silverbacks defense, and a little more pressure now by Peter Maddox by the Stealth defense.
Well, both defenses are tightening up a little bit on each other, and that's great. This makes for a much more competitive football game, Danny.
Brings up a 2nd and 10 from the Stealth 33-yard line. The Silverbacks 33-yard line. 7:02 remains second quarter. Still 7-6 London. Visitors with the 1-point lead. Two receivers split to the right for London, including Josh Duke of Earls. Maddox looks to pass. Has a man middle of the field, doesn't find him. Scrambling around, great pressure and sacked by Matt Seabrook. Brings the Seabrook on. Jonathan Maddox there, and Peter Maddox, and Lawton. This stealth defense really stepping it up.
Well, they're definitely getting into that backfield and not allowing Peter Maddox a lot of time to throw the football. You can see he gets into his three-step drop, and he's got to move around. He's got to scramble a little bit. So this is a good sign that this front four is starting to come along, starting to get into that backfield, and really starting to make some problems for the London Silverback offense.
3rd and 17 as we roll towards 6 minutes remaining second quarter. You would call this a big play for the stealth defense if you're a stealth fan watching this game right now. And it's going to be another 4-receiver set for London. Terry Mitchell, as well as Josh Earls split to the right. And under center on a 3rd and 17 is Peter Maddox. Maddox looks to throw, has a man middle. It's going to be almost picked off, just dropped by Mark Phillips. He felt it, was starting to run. You always hate to see that, but great defensive stand there by Capital City.
Well, great defense, too. I mean, the Stealth had to expect a passing play in that situation on a 3rd and 16, and they were definitely ready and in good position.
Brings up a punting situation for London into the game. Could be either Josh Cole or Ovi Koka. They're confusing us, putting them both back there. Looks like it is going to be Ova Koka on the punt.
23 Phillips back deep.
And back deep for the Stealth is number 23, Mark Phillips, 5'8" defensive back out of Ann Arbor Pioneer. I'm telling you, these white helmets, I feel like they're stormtroopers from Star Wars. They're killing me. Good kick by Koka. Looks like Phillips is going to let it go out of bounds, or at least bounce to a stop here, right around the 31.5-yard line. And that is where Capital City will take over with 5:48 remaining, down 1 point here in the second quarter. As we bring you the Cam TV NAFL Game of the Week, Dan Leach, Lawton Luntz, Jasmine Bailey here to call the action. And Lawton, you got to be impressed with both sides of the ball so far for Capital City. Some mistakes on both sides, but the defense playing great with already 2 turnovers. Great touchdown drive by Capital City, and you got to be impressed with the way this team is really coming together here at home.
Absolutely, and another impressive thing and a good thing if you're Coach Tony Tabar when you're looking at the Stealth offense, they've had a really good field position today, now starting at the 31, and with just under 6 minutes to play, they can engineer a drive here going into the locker room ahead. That's going to be extremely helpful for them coming into the second half.
You know, football's a game of momentum. If they get a long drive here, a long touchdown drive, at least get some kind of points, that could be a very important momentum shift heading into halftime. We've got more issues with timeouts, and that's going to be the final Capital City Stealth timeout. Oh, no, it's going to be on London. London's going to call their second timeout.
It's been a lot of timeouts. I feel like each team's had about 5 of them so far.
I do believe that both teams have called at least 7.5 timeouts so far. And we're gonna stay with you here. 5:48 remaining in the second quarter. Do your timeouts carry over?
I don't know.
Each team carries. They've had timeouts from last season. Looks like London brought them with them from Canada.
Implement maybe like the NBA rules where you get 20-second timeouts.
Just want to let
pretty crazy.
So I just want to let everyone know again, a great atmosphere here at Chippewa Field for Capital City Stealth home games coming up on August 14th and the 24th. There's going to be an American Cancer Society benefit honoring survivors of breast cancer as well as other cancer. They're going to hand out ribbons, have a raffle. We'll be having booths for both the 14th and 21st games in August. Tri-City Thunder on the 21st lawn, and then the next home game, which we'll be here obviously to call, against the Pittsburgh Storm. We're going to have a little Pittsburgh in Michigan. How do you feel about that?
We were excited about those games, and no one's more excited about going to Pittsburgh, actually.
Larry Foote?
Well, no, than Danny Dresselhaus. And we'll more on that coming up in just a second.
Dresselhaus tossed to the right, caught by number 22, Wesley Thomas. Scrambles up to the 40-yard line, close to a first down. Probably about a yard short there, Lawton, but the passing game really starting to come together for Capital City as well.
The Stealth will actually play each team twice in their league, and I was talking with Danny Dresselhaus before the season started, and he said, I'm really excited about going to Pittsburgh, and I'm like, well, why? And he said, I'm just really excited to go on the road and stay in the hotel and get into the hot tub after the game. and he was dead serious. And I joked with him on one of the first Inside the Huddles about it and said, you got to watch out for this Danny Dresselhaus guy. the only thing that's going through his mind the whole game is the hot tub after the game.
So it had nothing to do with ketchup. I thought you were going to give me some kind of ketchup story.
No, not at all.
Dressloss under center. 2nd and 1 from the 40. And it's going to be a first down. In on the carry. Is that Brandon Dunn? It sure is. That first down was a done deal.
32 Dunn carries.
Hotels and hot tubs. That's what Danny Dresselhaus is all about after the game.
After that gain, it's another Capital City.
Well, he
Stealth
deserves
first
it the way
down.
he's been playing.
Absolutely.
First down for the Stealth, right around the 44-yard line. 4:56 remain, second quarter. Stealth trailing by 1 to the visiting London Silverbacks. Our neighbors up north. The offense really coming together. Tony Tabaro, the coach of the Stealth and the offensive coordinator, has got to be happy with the way this offense has played in the first half. Dresshouse out of the shotgun. Hand off to number 29, Jabril Goins. He's going to gain about
29
3.
Goins
It's called
carries.
3.5.
He is stopped by a house.
Danny looks to the
Silverback.
sideline for the play. It's going to bring up a second and around 7. As we're approaching 4 minutes remaining. A lot, we talked about this.
Gain of about
Long,
3.
sustained drive, get some
Second down,
points out of
7.
this. Even if it's, especially if it's a touchdown, that could be a huge momentum
Ball's
shift
at
for a
the
very
47-yard
depleted
line.
and undermanned London Silverback team going into halftime.
Absolutely. I mean, if you got to climb uphill with a short team, and for those who don't understand, the London Silverbacks normally come with 50-plus players to the game. Today, they have a total of 28. So if a man gets injured, we have fatigue, anything on the field, they're really running short.
Adrian Harris splits over to the right for Danny Dressloss. Wouldn't be surprised if he tries to go there. Once again, though, a lot of pressure by number 75, Jason Nurse. And Dressloss will rumble up close to a first down. They might give it to him, Lawton.
Dresselhaus kept
No
it.
sliding for Danny Dresselhaus. He's a fearless guy. He's a fearless competitor. He will run
51 Connolly.
and get as
He's
many yards as he
close to
can.
a first down.
And I'm impressed with him when he does that, because really, the quarterback, you're supposed to protect yourself, and he's not worried about that. He's
Short,
worried about
third and short for the
making
Stealth.
plays, and that's important.
Well, it's going to be 3rd and short. He's just inches away. We'll call it 3rd and
Stealth
inches.
Silverback.
And I would not be surprised if this is a QB sneak with the way this offensive line's been playing, or if they're going to try to get this into Vance Johnson, the big fullback. 3:08 remains, second quarter. Stealth driving, trying to put together some points before the break. And it's going to be handed off to the up man, the fullback. And it's going to be an easy first down for number 37, Kevin Rainbolt.
37
The bolt of
Rainbow
lightning
carries.
there.
That's a Stealth first down.
Well, with just under 3 minutes to go, I like what the Stealth are doing. They're taking their time, and they're gonna run this clock out for the half. But they definitely want to be careful, because the clock can work against you. Definitely want to make the right choices here.
And they do have one.
offensively.
They do have one timeout to burn here. Dressloss under center. Hands it off to Brandon Dunn. Dunn rumbles up for 6, 7, 10 yards now,
32
and
Dunn
another
carries.
Capital City first down. And you gotta love the north-south ability and running style of Brandon Dunn. He's a big guy. You know, Dunn, of course, 6 feet tall, 215 out of Sexton High School. He can carry tacklers with him, and on these kind of drives, Dunn's a very key player.
Brandon Dunn is definitely the leading running back on this team. He's been impressive since day one. You know, he's a hard runner.
Do have an injured Silverback player on the field, and I hate to say it, it's one of the guys with the white helmet, so maybe that's what he gets. No, I'm just kidding. That's not very nice. But
Maybe make it easier for you to call the game.
obviously hope he's okay. And as we mentioned in London, we can't stress this enough. This is a London team, rich history, title in 2007, but as we talked to Coach Alan Lazar, a lot of turnover. He says he's only got a third of the players he had from the last couple years. They come with 28 guys instead of their normal 50-plus. It's a hot day. They got stopped at the border for smuggling in donuts, from what I've been told. So I got to tell you, this is going to be a tough afternoon if injuries start piling up for London. We obviously hope that doesn't happen.
Absolutely. You know,
And it looks like number 13 is going to be okay, even though he is not on the roster chart. Maybe it's Ben Brighton. It's very possible.
it's all anyone's best guess.
Was nice to meet some of the the Silverback players, though, including Mo Chams and Coach Alan Lazar. I mean, this is a great level of football for people that aren't used to it. Semi-pro, a lot of these guys are paying to play, and it's just a lot of heart and soul. Guys playing for the love of the sport.
34.
Danny Dresselhaus hurries up to the field, and we're going to have another stoppage of play right after an injury. I just don't know what's going on. 2-minute warning, excuse me. That time it wasn't their fault.
This is that 7th timeout we were talking about.
Hey, if If you got one in your pocket, might as well use it.
Absolutely.
Well, we're down to the 2-minute warning, and the Stealth on the Silverback side of the field at the 34-yard line. Driving, they'll have a 1st and 10. When game action continues, Coach Tony Tabarro talking to his squad. And both sides of the ball, I mean, obviously London hasn't done much lately. There's been a couple turnovers on their offensive side, but, you know, they've moved the ball. They've played decent on defense for most of this game, but you got to be impressed with the Stealth's ability to cause those turnovers, the pick and the fumble recovery. The way Dresselaus looks very comfortable, even with a ton of pressure coming from Jason Nurse. That guy's been all over the medical field here. And I'll tell you right now, we're set up for an excellent second half.
Well, Stealth take the field here. They, like I said, they've got a couple minutes to work with. They really need to get down here and hopefully punch one in, at least get a field goal. Such a psychological advantage going ahead at halftime and going into the locker room and just having that advantage, like we said.
You want to get points, Lon, but the way this kicking game's gone for the Stealth in the first half, you might not see Jeff Drake out again. Danny Dresselaus under center. He's got 2 receivers. And he's going to fake the play-action pass wide open. He might have Thomas. It's just his hands, and it falls into them. Touchdown, Wesley Thomas. Off the, at first, pretty good play by Terry Mitchell playing defensive back there. And instead it goes right into the hands of Wesley Thomas for a 31-yard touchdown. Lon, that's pretty.
That was great. You know, Wesley Thomas almost acted like he knew that ball was going to be tipped and go right into his hands. He kind of stood there and waited for it, thought it might be short, and fell right into his hands. So, hey, nice to be at the right place at the right time.
And that's just what the doctor ordered. Not Jason Nurse, of course, for the Capital City Stealth. They go into the point, going to have scoring points. Hopefully the defense will be able to come out and slow him down. Jeff Drake on for the extra point to make it a 13-7 lead. Could have gone for 2 here. Instead, they kicked the extra point, and it is up and good. 13-7 is your score. 152 remaining in the second half, the second quarter, as we approach halftime here.
Well, this is exactly what they want to do. They drive down, and they got great plays. Danny Dresselhaus lighting up the air again, getting the ball into the right hands. And, you know, like I said, his receivers have made big plays for him today, and that always helps out.
Well, a big play there on the 31-yard touchdown score, the second touchdown offensively for the Stealth on this day. And with 1:52 remaining in the first half, the defense is going to be key for Capital City as London's going to try to get some points on the board here. But the way Capital City's defense has been playing as of late, it's going to be pretty tough.
Absolutely. I mean, hey, you're given almost 2 minutes to the London Silverback offense, and we know they can score. They haven't really proven it today, but we know they can light up the scoreboard. I mean, remember, this is a team that's averaging over 32 points a game, and right now they've got 7 on the board. So if they get anywhere close to their average today, we might see a very exciting second half from them.
Jeff Drake to kick off. Back deep for London, Terry Mitchell. And Earls as well. 1:52 remains here. First half of play, Dan Leach, Lawton Lunch, Jasmine Bailey here bringing you the NFL Game of the Week here on Cam TV. Little switcheroo here as they break the huddle. Drake will look to give it a boot. And he's going to kick to the up man again, and they recover the onside kick. Did it go 10 yards, though? I think it did. It is Capital City ball, and that's what they were trying to do last time, Lawton. I didn't understand it. I thought that maybe they were just trying to get it through the middle and not get it to the return guys, but they kick it off the up man and recover it.
Tony Tabarro has a lot of guts because you do not want to give the London Silverbacks a short field with 2 minutes to play after you take a lead going into halftime. But I tell you what, sometimes those big gambles pay off.
And it looked like that ball might have gone off a number 24, Joel Uberbuehler, and he is not happy, and either is his family.
Jeff Drake, spot on with that kick.
Perfectly placed kick.
Right in between the numbers, and a great execution on special teams. Hey, I think special teams started to come alive for the Stealth. What do you think?
I agree, and listen, the Stealth have a chance to score some more points, already up by 6 with 1:50 remaining in the first half. Dresselaus the pass. Has his man. It is caught far right side, number 88, Adrian Harris, who initially was stopped, rumbled for about 7 more yards and a Stealth first down. And all the momentum, as we talk about football being a game of momentum, game of inches, all momentum is in the stealth side right now.
Adrian Harris has been such a big playmaker for the stealth today. Smart, knowing there's only just over a minute and a half to play, gets out of bounds after getting that extra 7 yards. It's great when a receiver knows where he is on the field when he catches that ball and what he needs to get.
Harris, a big boy, 6'5", 210 out of Sterling Heights High School. Definitely has that build of a wide receiver. Great wide receiving core and running back core on this team. And as we mentioned, as Jasmine told you, Isaac Harper is about to add to that running back core. Dresselhaus passes too high for both Jonathan Hart and Wesley Thomas, just out of the reach of them. And on the play there, Mo Champs, who, by the way, we have not really called his name a lot so far. This is a guy that 2 weeks ago in their win over the Michigan Vikings for London had 2 interceptions for touchdowns and a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Very quiet so far today.
Yeah, and he was right there on top of that play. Dresselhaus really tried to thread the needle on that. You don't want to get Mo Chams motivated at all, because if you do, we've seen what he's been able to do on defense.
I like how you said Mo Chams motivated. Not bad luck. 2nd and 10. Stealth at the 39-yard line. 2 in the backfield, 2 receivers set. Jonathan Hart split left. It's going to be an inside handoff. Little sneakaroo there.
That's Stephen Bell again. You know, that play's worked. Dresselhaus does the fake. Looks like he's going for an option play to the tailback. And each time he's done that, positive yardage for Stephen Bell in the running game.
And look at Brandon Dunn back in the game. You got a minute 20 left. You still got some running options on 3rd and 5. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to hand it off to Brandon Dunn here, the way he's been running. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Dunn is going to get stopped, though, unfortunately, for Stealth fans.
You know, even in that stop, you got to love the way Brandon Dunn runs. He runs so hard, and he's able to stay up. It took almost 3 guys just to take him down. He's just so strong, and it's unfortunate. What do you do here if you're Coach Tabarro, Danny?
Well, Matt Egan on that play, as well as a bunch of Silverbacks to get that stop. That was a good defensive pressure there. If you're Coach Tabarro right now, you got to think that you got a 4th and 7 from the London Silverbacks side of the field, but you're already up by 6. You got to punt this ball away. That's what I would do.
I agree 100%. You know, just give a nice little pooch kick, even if you can get it out of bounds, so you avoid a return and make the London Silverback offense work. It hasn't worked a lot today. They haven't done a lot on the field except with the short field. That's their only touchdown. Their only touchdown came from what? The 25-yard line, when they were able to, you know, after a muff snap, recover that. That was early on. So really, since the early first quarter, London Silverback offense has not shown me anything, and let's make them work.
Well, very impressed with the way that the Silverback defense started this game, and it's been all Capital City, both offense and defense since. And they will send in Seth McCumbee to punt. Lets it go, and it's a really short kick. That's the epitome of a pooch, but there's going to be a roughing the kicker penalty. The Stealth are likely going to keep the ball. And with a minute 1 left, Lawton, everything is going Capital City's way here at home.
I'm starting to get convinced, and this is what I'm getting convinced of. Seth McCumbee 2 weeks ago got tackled twice like a running back, and I'm starting to be convinced that he's got magnets on him, because a lot of times these teams that are blitzing him during his punts, they're not going for the block punt. They're going to hit him.
And check this out. He's a tight end, too, so he's got that kind of build. This is his 5th roughing the kicker penalty so far this season. How can you not love a guy like that? I mean, people make fun of punters and kickers sometimes. I respect the guys. They might be shorter. They might not make a lot of money, but they're just as important.
Absolutely.
And if you have 5 roughing the kicker penalties in 3 games, actually 2.5 games right now, that is very impressive.
Well, that's great. You know, this penalty will allow the Stealth offense to remain on the field, and if I'm Tony Tabarro, I'm going into attack mode. I'm doing something play action, something out of the shotgun. I'm trying to throw it downfield to really stretch that defense and let them know that, hey, you're serious about maybe going up 20-7 before you go into halftime.
It is going to be the 5-yard variety, though, unfortunately for Stealth fans. It's a running into the kicker. I didn't know that. I thought we only had roughing at this level. But, hey, you learn something new every day. 5-yard penalty, so they're going to just re-kick this ball or go for it. It's a 4th and 2. And with Brandon Dunn, no reason not to take a chance. Only a minute 1 left. The Silverbacks are showing 2 timeouts left. I don't think that's correct, though. I think they have 0 left.
4th and 2.
Unless they brought 10 with them.
Dresselhaus is taking the field, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see maybe a Brandon Dunn handoff here, or maybe
you could see him try to jump him off sides, too.
Or, hey, it's worked out of the backfield today with Stephen Bell. Let's see what we get.
They are going to run a play. Dressloss looks to pass, has Wesley Thomas, it's caught! And Thomas almost broke free. Decent coverage there by the Silverbacks, but Wesley Thomas, he gets come up clutch. 2 out of the last 3 offensive plays.
Dresselhaus put it right there in between the numbers for Wesley Thomas. And hey, he positioned himself really well in between those defenders, made a catch, big play, and what do you know? Got out of bounds, knew where he was supposed to be on the field. And the Stealth offense, 54 seconds still to go in this first half. And they're driving.
Stops the clock. Great move to get out of bounds. Didn't have to do anything crazy there. Dressloss is going to stay out of the shotgun. He's got Adrian Harris split to the right. Wesley Thomas on the left once again. 2 running back protectors. Dressloss looking very confident so far in this game. Has a man right side. Almost throws a pick, though, as it looks like the route run by McCumbee, who's in there as a tight end. A little off, but number 88 for the Silverbacks.
Maybe a miscommunication there. Still got over 50 seconds to play, and any incomplete pass is going to stop the clock. So without any timeouts, that's something that's positive there for the Capital City Stealth offense.
And check, that was actually Mo Champs in on the play. They're almost picking the ball off. He was not that, maybe a yard or 2 away from it. Wasn't that close, but miscommunication. We've seen that a couple times so far today.
Well, you know, we hadn't called his name much early in the first half, but Mo Chams is definitely starting to find his way around that ball, and hopefully Dresselhaus can recognize and keep the ball away from him.
Watch Jonathan Hart, far left side. Looks like Dresselhaus might go to him. He's looking for him. He has him, and he's possibly open for the touchdown. Instead, it's off his hands and into the hands of Seth McCumbee. We just talked about the punter getting in on the action. Dresselhaus looking to Hart all the way. It goes off his hands and into McCumbee's for the stealth touchdown with 45 seconds left in the first half.
Second touchdown in a row where we've had a tip ball caught for a touchdown. We've had pinball action early, and as you look on the replay here, Dresselhaus very comfortable, good protection, throws the ball up, has Jonathan Hart. Just couldn't hold on to it, but like I said, sometimes good to be in the right place at the right time there, Danny, and Seth McCumbee sure was.
And when you're a 6'3 receiver and you get a little jump out there, no problem with tapping it down to the 6'3 punter, tight end, Seth McCumbee. The kick is good by Jeff Drake, and the Capital City Stealth, their first lead at home all season, now leading 20-7 with 45 seconds remaining in the first half. And boy, we talked about momentum. It really is on the side of Capital City today. I love hearing that stealth sound effect go through the crowd.
Hey, we talked about that earlier in the open. We said, hey, the Capital City Stealth was going to have to put some points on the board today, and they were going to have to prove that they could. I mean, when you're averaging 14 points a game, you're really going to have to play a really slow game. And this is, the Silverbacks have really came out and tried to dictate this game and make it a fast-paced game. The Stealth has responded well. They scored off turnovers and Silverback penalties, made it happen. And look, 20 points in the first half. They're already way ahead of their average for the season.
Well, Lawton, you look at London, and we talked about this throughout the first half so far. This is a team that came with 28 players. It's very hot out there. They're dejected right now. You know, Capital City thought they were going to probably go into the halftime with a 6-point lead. Now it's a 13-point lead. And London is, you know, this could be a very tough afternoon for the London Silverbacks. But you never know. Obviously, you would hope they'd be able to go into halftime and fire themselves up. But with the weather and with the fatigue and the undermanned ability of London today, this could be a long afternoon for London. And Capital City has no problem with that. Drake to kick off. Another short one. They're loving the short ones today. It's a live ball taken by Terry Mitchell. Mitchell shakes one, tackler shakes two, but finally brought down at the 30-yard line. In on the play, number 53, Eric Hadley, among others. And with 40.8 seconds left, Peter Maddox and the London Silverbacks offense will take over. And Lon, before we get to the half here, you never know. We might see Mike Urquhart take over in the second half. Not that Maddox has been bad, but you might want to shake it up with the fact that they have a lot of depth issues today.
Yeah, just even giving Peter Maddox a little bit of a break, a little bit of rest might help that offense. You talked about number 53, Eric Hadley, on that play. He's starting to become an unsung hero on this defense as well. He was on the show Inside the Huddle last week. His confidence is growing. He's also a local kid right here from Haslett High School.
It's got to be tough. You got to feel for Alan Lazar, the coach of the London Silverbacks, by himself today.
Yeah, he
comes with 28 guys and coaches them by himself. Win or lose, you got to respect that. Maddox to pass. Thought they'd play it safe here, but instead they don't. And actually, I was right. It is Mike Urquhart. Urquhart throws a pick.
Number 53, Eric
It's
Hadley.
Eric Hadley who takes it over. And I didn't even see. I thought for sure Maddox to the game. It was actually Mark Earhart. He comes in early, throws a pick on the first play with 30 seconds left, and the Stealth are looking for even more points.
Oh, we were just talking about Eric Hadley. He's becoming an unsung hero, and he's becoming that guy. And we talked about how there had to be some bigger playmakers with Sawyer Paul Barrett out. You're looking at Eric Hadley really stepping it up today, and he's got to feel good about that interception late in the half here.
Maddox gets the rest into the game. Urquhart, first play pick. You got to feel for London, undermanned, coached by just one guy today. Onus on Alan Lazar, and now throws a pick. 30 seconds remaining, still one timeout for the Stealth.
The way that play developed, it looked like that Urquhart was throwing it out of bounds, and he literally threw it to a standing Eric Hadley.
I thought for sure the Silverbacks were going to knee this ball, maybe run it really conservatively, but instead Dressloss back under center. Adrian Harris split to the right. Dressloss throws. He's got Hart in and out of his hands, almost picked. David Cuthbertson thought he had a pick there. And the Stealth, no fair, going right at it again, Lawton.
Usually Hart's so sure-handed. Last two passes that were thrown to him, he's juggled a little bit. The last one went in for a touchdown, thanks to number 80 Seth McCummey being in the right place at the right time. That almost picked off after deflection.
Out of the game is Hart. Back in is Wesley Thomas. Big touchdown for him so far today. And all the way to the right is Adrian Harris, split far. Dressloss looks to pass again. Now played it conservative with under 30 seconds in the first half left. Dressloss chased by big number 51. He's going to tag it himself. Trying to get in there under the 4-yard line. He was chased by Mike Connolly. We met him before the game, and his father. He's a big guy from Niagara Falls. Don't want him chasing you, Lawton.
Yeah, I think they told us his nickname was House, and that's for sure. I'm a pretty small guy, 5'10", 190, and standing next to him, I felt like I was about 4'11", 130.
I thought you were 193.
Maybe
You
today.
don't have to fudge it on the air.
Hey, sometimes you have big breakfast.
Bottom line, you look great. 16.3 seconds remaining, first half. The Stealth threatening again. First and goal from the 6. Let's see what Danny Dressloss and Coach Tony Tabaro's offense does here. Still two backfield protectors. He's going to hand it off. It's going to be number 26, far right side, Dinner Yamami, and he is game tackled. Out of bounds, though, so 11.7 remaining. Plenty of time, Lawton, to run a couple plays here, unless they're going to send in Jeff Drake and kick the field goal right away. That's always a possibility. Might as well try to get some points here with no timeouts left.
Points are the concern, and really, you want to make sure you get good position. Try to get it right in the middle if you can. With no timeouts left, I'd say run another play, something safe, maybe a pass, and go for the touchdown. Go for the end zone.
You got time. Yeah, you definitely have time for at least one play. I mean, obviously the clock will stop on an incomplete pass or an out-of-bounds play, but instead they're going to eschew that and kick the 28-yard field goal by Jeff Drake. That would be a full 2-possession lead if he makes this. Snap's good, kicks up, and the kick is good. So the third Stealth turnover of the day, third Silverbacks turnover of the day, leads to points. They've now got 17 points off of Silverback turnovers, 23-7. I believe that London this time will probably knee the ball if they know what's good for them.
Absolutely. Hey, take a break, regroup, go into the locker room, and get some things situated, because coming back into the second half, you're already fatigued, you're undermanned, and you're down 16. You've got a big hill to climb in the second half here at London Silverbacks.
Well, Capital City in their inaugural season got their first win in franchise history last week at Tri-City, 15-0. Had a great comeback. Was down 17 to Traverse City in the first home game, and then came back and only were down by 3 late in that game and had some problems. And then this week, you got to be impressed with both Danny Dressloss and the offense, the way this defense has played. 2 turnovers, 2 interceptions, and a fumble recovery. This is the most complete we've seen this Stealth team all season.
Yeah, and talking with a couple players before the game, they said it was really important to them to get their first home regular season win. I mean, that was important to them, and they definitely are playing like that today. You talk about 2 in a row, too. I mean, they're very good possibility that could happen.
Jeff Drake to kick it off for Capital City. Let's see if he tries another off the up back triple Lindy play. Instead, it's not off the up back, but up the middle. Taken by London around the 40-yard line up to the 45.
Well, now I'm starting to think that Coach Tony Tabaro is really kicking it short on special teams, trying to keep it away from some of those down guys. I mean, there's definitely some quickness on that London Silverback special teams.
Well, they're scared of Terry Mitchell. I know that they've definitely, even when they kicked it somewhat deep that one time on the punt, they kept it away from Terry Mitchell. He's obviously got a lot of speed, number 1 for London. I'd be very surprised, Lawton, if London does anything but run a very conservative play here.
I agree. Keep it safe, go into half, like I said, regroup, and come out swinging in the second half. That's all you can do.
But that's why they play the game.
Absolutely.
And it looks like, is it going to be Mike Urquhart back in? It is. Mike Urquhart looks like he's probably taking over as quarterback for the rest of the day. Try to get a word on that for you at halftime.
Well, Alan Lazar got to show a little confidence. You know, I'm sure he feels bad. His first throw was an interception.
Yeah, and not that Maddox had a bad first half. It's just, you know, you got to switch things up when you only got a couple guys here. Urquhart's going to throw anyway, and it's complete to number 81, Chris Hamilton. That's going to end the first half. And your halftime score here at Chippewa Field, Capital City Stealth score 23 unanswered points and lead 23-7 at the break.
With your score, Capital City Stealth 23.
Well, I tell you, Danny, if you look back on this first half, you're starting to see some really good things from the Capital City Stealth on both sides of the ball. Offensively, Danny Dresselhaus definitely becoming more comfortable in the backfield. He's getting better protection from that offensive line. We said that needed to happen, and they're getting it done on that side of the ball. In addition, the defense playing big, a couple of turnovers, doing really well. And it looks like Jasmine Bailey's actually down there on the sideline.
I see. You know, you got to coach.
Talking with Coach Tony Tabarro. Let's send it down to Jasmine and see if they're ready.
Thanks, guys. I'm down here on the field with head coach Tony Tabarro. How you doing?
Not bad, not bad. It's nice to be winning at halftime for once.
This is true. All right, so they are winning, of course. So what does that say about them developing their skills this early in the season?
Well, it's not really early in the season. We're coming up to the halfway point. We got a little lucky on a couple of plays. We got some really heads-up ball players out there. But overall, I like the fact that they're running real good routes. Danny's throwing a little off balance at times, but he seems to be finding a rhythm, and our offensive line is starting to get more aggressive. But as far as that, they should be developing their skills. They should be improving week to week, which with us, there's no alternative to making progress.
All right. What do you tell them in the locker room?
We got to get back to playing stealth football. I got a little helter-skelter there at the end. That's why I kicked the field goal and didn't try to run it in. I wanted to calm things down, make sure everybody keeps their poise, and we go in at halftime on something positive. So that's why I kicked the field goal at the end.
All right. Well, sounds good. Get to the locker room.
Thank you.
Thank you. Back to you.
Thanks, Jasmine, and obviously much happier Tony Tabarro than he was at the end of the game against Traverse City. And you gotta hand it to him. I mean, obviously they have a lot more players today than London Silverbacks do, but the offenses look good, which is what Tony's in charge of. The defense for John Lloyd's looked good, and this has been an amazingly complete, balanced effort for the Stealth.
Yeah, absolutely. You could tell Coach Tony Tabarro was definitely, keyed in on his offensive line. He said, hey, they're starting to become more aggressive and giving Danny Dresselhaus better protection. Even though Dresselhaus has been throwing on the run and throwing off balance, he still looks good. He's making the necessary throws to make that offense work well, Danny.
It's all about that offense. Well, we're going to leave you with the sights and sounds of halftime. Back for the second half. Your halftime score here on the NAFL Game of the Week on Cam TV. The Capital City Stealth 23, the London Silverbacks 7. See you for the second half.
after the game joined us at Frank's Press Box, 2314 Woodlake Drive in Okemos, just 1 mile south of here, near the highway. Frank's is located right behind McDonald's. Hang out with your favorite players and the rest of the Capital City Stealth team. We have a kid's winner in Youth Bubbles Raffle, and her name is Samantha Vance. If you're Samantha Vance, go and get your bubbles. Next Capital City Stealth home game will be right here, Saturday, August 14th at 5 p.m. versus the Pittsburgh Storm.
Now she'll shoot the second. It bounces out. 43 with that rebound. 43, and Lauren Nichols, we've seen her a lot this game. She's their main 5-point player.
Ebony
Young
takes it up.
taking it
left
down,
court.
passing to Shively. Shively going strong as Young falls. Both are covered. Lansing Catholic gets the ball.
I thought Ebony Young was going to take it coast to coast there for a second.
I did, but she passes it to Shively, and
Okay.
now Wolf will go in for her.
Maybe dunk it or something.
I think she'll have words of encouragement definitely on the bench, though, by Coach Tim Beebe. She did great so far this half. Lauren Lampman also in, along with Nevena Parapovic. Nevena is a senior, and Lauren Lampman is a junior.
You know, Cassie Hopke is hurt this game.
She is. She has a broken arm. And the game against DeWitt, she actually played with that broken arm, not knowing it was broken.
Yeah.
And that probably wasn't too good for it.
I think that shows a lot of toughness.
It definitely does.
Like, throw some tape on it and go play. That's what I like about it.
Definitely. We'll see how quickly she can recover, if she'll be able to play the rest of the season.
Well, it looks like, you know, it might just be your wrist. And I know that,
Exactly.
like, wrist, I know, I think I've been around people who have broken their wrists. And
Sam Johnson had the shot. Yeah, broken wrists do heal.
I don't think it takes that long to heal.
Pirapovic just had a strange shot, and it missed. And Lampman deflects the ball. It bounces out. Yeah, hopefully that wrist will heal for Haslett, because Cassie is a great asset to Haslett. She's the strongest point guard.
Very big asset.
Very big one. Yes, she leads the team. She's a great team leader. Obviously, she's a captain.
And I think she is a Division I prospect.
Is she? I would believe it. I definitely would.
I think she's been on varsity since her freshman year. Or
Since her sophomore year, she's been on
year.
varsity.
So
Yep.
her and Joni Miller have been on varsity together ever since they were sophomores.
They definitely have. They definitely work together well. Like we've been talking about this whole game, the seniors really have a bond that helps out Haslett. Sam Johnson with another shot, a long
great box out
three-pointer.
by Lauren Lampman.
Lauren Lampman with the rebound,
Oh, rips it away.
rips it away, definitely helping Haslett. She passes back to Miller, great pass. Miller passes Pirapovic to Lampman. Allen takes the shot. Allen's shot is short. She goes for the rebound, but Sam Johnson is too quick. We'll see if she makes this breakaway layup, and she does.
That was great hustle. by
Two
Sam
more
Johnson.
points for Lansing Catholic. They're down by 12 now. Lampman gets the ball. That almost looked like a carry.
Oh,
Her shot is short, and she needs a sub.
that looked like Katie Allen needed a sub, or was it Lauren Lampman?
It was Lauren Lampman who raised her hand up for a sub. we'll see what
You
happens.
think she was just out of breath, or you think?
Yeah, she's been having some medical problems, so hopefully she's feeling okay this game. Looks like Barnes is going to go in for her. Barnes with the tough defense, and she's a great
Lockdown D.
offensive player too. But that D is really what she has going for her. As you can see, Tim Beebe talking up some game plans for the team. We'll see if they press as the score gets a little closer. End of the timeout. Lansing Catholic, they're coming out and they're really going to bring it on because the time's ticking.
The time is ticking.
And they are down by 12. Miller's going to take it out. To Wolf. To Parakovic. Barnes shoots. It's deflected and blocked. No fouls called. A risky pass Solomon just did. 33 has it. Back to Solomon.
Solomon has been taking it in.
She has. But Barnes just got that defensive turnover. It's taken from
Great
Allen,
steal.
though.
Great steal
Yep.
by 33. Looks like she might be hurt down there.
Parvian, she just fell. Looked like that was pretty painful.
Maybe her knee. I saw her grabbing her knee. She's not limping, though. Not limping.
Not limping. Just looks a little sore. I think she can shake it off. Lansing Catholic's really needed her this game. She's been in a lot. Solomon takes it.
You know, I think that this Lansing Catholic squad, you know, is actually like a decent squad.
They do.
I think they're all right. And then I think that as they're going along, I think they're going to get better.
Exactly.
You know, this is the 10th game of the season. Season's halfway done. You know, I think that they might get better as the season goes.
Yeah,
Still got
it seems
time
that they're
to
just learning very much. They really got to work on their fundamentals. Like I said, they've been traveling. They've had some fouls that really weren't necessary. They've missed layups. But all those things can really be improved, definitely in the span of a season. 41 has the ball. She shoots a long shot. 31 and 33 shoots. Parvian, she
Great
makes
shot.
it.
I don't think that knee hurt her very much.
No, she had just fallen from a steal, and she makes that three-pointer. Ryder's taking it down. It's forced out of bounds. Miller will take it out.
You can tell over there on the bench that Cassie Kopke really missed, like, you can tell she wants to be involved in this game. She's yelling, clapping, she's telling people what to do.
Definitely. She's watching Allen right now, seeing if Allen can fill her shoes, screaming out to the girls. I think she's very much there for encouragement this game. Wolf takes it strongly to the basket. A short shot, fights for the rebound, and a foul is called.
That was a great take. I think that they've been missing a lot of shots they should make.
Exactly. They've just been short or long, just not there tonight.
And they're lucky that, wow, it is 30 or 21 right now.
And Lansing Catholic has a chance of coming back. They definitely are still in this game, especially with Sam Johnson coming back in. She's been very strong.
1:05 left in the third. There's plenty of time left.
Plenty of time.
They just got to take advantage of what they have right now.
Almost a three-point play by Miller. Once again, they're missing shots that I know these Haslett girls can make. They've just got to focus. And we've said they could be up by a lot more right now. Wouldn't you agree, Zach?
I do agree. They just got to make the shots they've been missing and, overall play a little bit better. I think that they're playing great. They're getting people in that don't usually get in. And I think that that's going to benefit them in the long run.
Exactly. Miller shoots, makes both of her free throws. She's a great free throw player. Their percentage was down in the first half. They didn't have very many free throws. It's good they're getting back.
I still think that they're about 50%.
A foul is called on Haslett. Lansing Catholic, number 31. Emily Hahn, she's 5'10", a senior. She'll be shooting 2 shots. And she misses. These are shots Lansing Catholic really needs right now because they're down.
They
Free
definitely do
throws
need
really
these.
can't be missed.
You know, you have all the time in the world to practice.
Right.
And practice makes you a lot better than, I mean, you can go in and you can play games, but what you have to do, you have to practice to be better than other people around you.
Definitely.
You can't just think, well, I'm the best on the team. You got to think, am I better than the all-star that's on, you know, DeWitt or Fowlerville or somewhere
Exactly.
else?
It's all about teamwork. It's all about competition. Miller misses. Sam Johnson with the rebound. A 5'3" guard.
30 seconds left in the third.
33 throws a weak pass. 31 gets it back. Wanting to pass it again, but drives in.
Oh, great take. You know, almost made the shot. She looks like she's been working on her game.
She has. Her back was sort of to the basket on that shot. Caused kind of a problem for her. Her angle was just off. You really got to have a great angle when you're shooting a layup. That's all what it comes down to. If you're under the basket, you're not going to make it. If you're to the waist side of the basket, you're not going to make it. You just got to look. Miller taking the ball.
Joni Miller taking it in. Oh, she did take it strong. They call a block. I think that I agree with that, but
I do too. She definitely had numbers on her. It was about 1 against 3 on that drive, so she's probably pretty thankful a foul was called. Parapovic takes it out.
she's getting an awful lot of playing time so far tonight.
She is, and that's great. She's a senior, and I think she's getting a lot of experience this game. A great pass to Wolf. Parapovic with the assist to Wolf.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think that Parapovic has been on varsity for a while.
Parapovic?
Yeah, did she move up there in playoffs when she was a sophomore, maybe?
Yes. She took a break because she is a musical person. So she's been in the musical the past year. She came back to basketball, and I think she'll be glad she did now that the musical switched to the musical's in the fall, basketball switched to the winter. Players and musicians can really do both. It's the end of the third quarter. Solomon comes in. Along with Stumpos for Lansing
Stumpos?
Catholic. Yep,
Stumpos?
that's her name.
Oh, that's
Maddie Stumpos. She's an 11th grader.
Well, she's in the class of 2009.
09.
09.
Me and Zach are 09. We're juniors at Haslett.
09.
And Maddie Stumpos is taking it out to Solomon. Solomon's last quarter to show Haslett what she's got.
Oh, that was a nice dribbling right there.
A tip by Foreign.
Not quite a good pass, but it's all right.
Nope. Passing to Sam Johnson, a strong player for Lansing Catholic, as we've said. Quick on her feet, quick to pass. She passes it back.
You know,
Hazlett's definitely.
Haslett,
Yeah?
go ahead.
Well, I was just going to comment on their man-to-man. They really have them stuck in the paint because of their switching. It's hard to run a play against Hazlett's man-to-man. They're very strong.
You know, what I like about Haslett, you know, not only do they produce great people, but they also produce great athletes.
They do. Great athletes come from Haslett. For the first time, we had 2 senior athletes signed to MSU, baseball and golf, so that's exciting for Haslett. And it really doesn't surprise me because we just are there to produce great athletes and great students. It's a great combination.
You know, the coaches don't just care about, you know, this, we have to win, we have to win, we have to win.
They don't. They care about how the game's played.
They care about the grades that the kids get.
If a player is failing their classes, they're not going to get any game time. And that's what sports do. They provide a great ambition to do well. Solomon passes it in. Young there to deflect it. Back to Rogers. Rogers to Foreign. Foreign takes
wide
the
open.
3. a very long three, but Miller is there. Allen takes it. Rogers looking for it to be passed to. Rogers is back to Allen. Allen to Young. And Rogers comes to the ball.
Looks like they're setting up a play right now. They
Right.
went down, set a pick. come
They're
back
running
up.
their number 1 play right now, their strongest. It's something they play against man-to-man. And it requires a lot of cutting from the post.
Oh, great shot.
Great shot by Allen. And it requires getting open at the 3, just like Katie Allen did. What that play is designed for, to get open, and that's what she did. 37-22, up by 15. Number 53 of Lansing Catholic, Taylor Maley. We've seen some action from her this game. Travel's called. Zach Guss is taking out the ball. Maddie Stumpos. And Sam Solomon takes it. Lexi Solomon takes it. Sam Solomon's a Haslett student. Easy to confuse. When you say
Liz
that.
Duchesne has been getting confused about many things tonight, but it's okay because we all love her here at the Vision and think she's a great person.
Lexi Solomon shoots.
Did she make that first one? Did you say?
She made it.
She made the first one?
She made that basket.
No, I really wish that LCC would make this, if they could come back,
I think they have the potential. The question is, will they do it? Emily misses her shot. And as we can see, Sam Johnson,
Wow.
she is quick on her feet. She just,
Great ball handling.
she is.
She
And
straight up split 3 defenders right there.
she definitely did. She knows how to get down the court. But now it is back to Haslett. Shibley comes in. Wolf and Shibley are now in. Miller's out.
You know what song this reminds me of for the LCC?
What?
Don't Stop Believing.
Don't Stop Believing, a great hit by Journey.
Yes.
You know what, Zach? You're totally right, because if they just keep up their effort, they could come back. It's all about Haslett and how they're going to prevail
Respond.
against Lansing Catholic. Kelly Shibley, dribbling down.
She is a great sophomore.
She provides a lot of help to Haslett.
Great three-point shot.
Right? Her corner three-point jumper is almost always a given on her good nights, which are a good percentage of the nights. Wolf at the line. Her shot's good.
It was a good shot. Wolf looks like she might be practicing on free throws lately. I don't know about you. But
I think they all have been practicing on their free throws after their tough loss against DeWitt.
yep. Tough loss.
Wolf shoots again, makes it.
Oh, great steal by Foreign.
Definitely a great effort by Foreign, but she fell to the feet of her own teammates, who looked very encouraging. Now Solomon, Lexi Solomon, took it out. Sam Johnson dribbling down. .33 just couldn't take that ball. Parvanian.
No, Brian Town in the studio back there went to Detroit
He
yesterday.
did. There is now a big case to fight for Haslett remaining in the 22 slot.
And not only is it just Haslett, it's everybody in Michigan.
Everyone in Michigan, we don't want to be moved up to the 900s.
Oh, and I know that right now it's the Meridian Township and the Dearborn Township schools.
Right, they're starting the fight against Comcast. We hope many schools and townships and cities will join on because public access television is not something we want moved away from cable. Miller shoots and misses. Bishop comes in. Bishop in for Wolf. The only sub. 5 minutes left in the game. Miller shoots. She makes it. My friend Zach is leaving me for a second. Foreign gets the ball, dribbles down, makes the shot. Misses the shot, excuse me. Foreign did not get in, but she will be shooting. That could have been a three-point play. She'll shoot 2 at the line. Foreign makes the shot.
Whoa. Ryan Town over there confusing me a little bit. It's okay, though. He's a good guy.
Foreign misses. Refs
Sorry about
call
that,
it.
everybody.
Lansing Catholic gets it.
That'd be our net sound bar. You know, our technology keeps on advancing here at the Vision.
It does. We're just getting better every minute, every day.
24/7, 365.
24/7. 24/8.
24/7, just like 7-Eleven.
You got it. 31 makes the shot, a senior. Emily Hahn. Rogers. And Miller has the ball, getting pressured by number 13 from Lansing Catholic.
You know, right now I think that Haslett really just has to keep their composure, not get too cocky, and let the game slip away. Because right now they have it. You know, they're going to be all right. But if they get cocky and overconfident, they're going to let the game slip away.
Exactly. They really could have gone. Seeing Lansing Catholic record of 1-9, you can go into the game saying, this is just going to be an easy shot, an easy ride. And Coach Beebe definitely didn't do that. Looking at his pregame plans, he definitely told Haslett they're going to need to focus. And they've done a great job this game. Lansing Catholic also did very well. It's looking like it's going to be troubling to catch up. Miller misses. Bishop gets out. Sam Solomon's there.
Great steal by
She's got
Alexis
help from her
Solomon.
team. Oh, I said Sam Solomon again. I am bad. Alexis Solomon.
Alexis Solomon has been having a great game, I think.
She is.
I think she's performed very well. I think that every opportunity she's had to, get a steal or score, she's done the most she can do to do that.
She's been in 80-90% of this game. And we've seen a lot of action from her.
It seems like, that this girl is in very good shape.
Exactly. She could do a lot, and she has another year to prove herself. Lexi Solomon. And now Rebecca Rogers has the ball. Bishop, number 50, looking for someone to pass to. She finds Foreign. Foreign finds Shibley. Miller passes it into Bishop. A missed shot with the hook. Lexi Solomon taking it down. Number 43.
For the past 2 years, I think, the Haslett girls basketball team has been kind of forgotten by, the community. I used to come to the games and, see no one was very much in the stands, except for like those few proud fans, But I think the past years, there's a very big scrapping going on down there.
Definitely, Haslett basketball for the girls has really proved itself not to be something forgotten. They're a great, strong team. We're halfway through the season. And with an 8-3 record, that's really very good. They have a very hard schedule. No easy teams. Terpovic trying to get through. She looks like she has 3 defenders. Foreign gets it.
She worked her way through that very well.
She did. She got it out of there. She's taking the point position right now. Passing it to Young, going through.
She's a very tall point guard. If that's what she was going for right there.
Definitely.
You know, bigger than Foreign, bigger than Kopke, you know, Allen,
Yeah.
Rogers.
She definitely is. She's a different kind of point guard than Haslett usually sees. Lexi Salmon passing it. Beth Reed had it, gave it off to number 43, Lauren Nichols. 15
Number 43
shoots
is
and makes it 2 points for Lansing Catholic.
I think is the sister of the former LCC star, the oldest Nichols.
Really?
Brother.
So she's
He-
following in some shoes.
Yep. Also, the younger brother
Yeah.
is on varsity basketball this year.
So we have
for
a
LCC.
double up of members of the Nichols family from Lansing Catholic. Ball's taken, and
great
Foreign is
steal.
there.
Great steal.
We
That
have
was
to
great
remember
hustle.
Foreign from the first half, always there, especially in the first quarter, getting many steals. 24 Wolf in the game. Passing it to Young. Nevina's being called over right now. Talk to Coach Beebe. There's a foul that Coach Beebe is unsure about, it looks like. A
You know,
delay of the
I
game.
think at this point, I love Coach Beebe. He's got to fight for his team. But I think, at this point, they got the game in hand.
Exactly. We have
They
2
don't-
minutes left.
They don't really need to fight for it.
And I think it's time that we need to remember our key points from the beginning of the game. Haslett's tough loss to DeWitt. Have they done well under pressure? Well, they haven't really faced much, but their offense hasn't really failed them against the defense. They've worked well with the new leadership without having Cassie out there. We had point guards like Kolpin, Pirapovic, Lat from Rogers, and they kept their focus.
I think the team's done a really good job today. I think this is a great game to come back and win. against-
Exactly. It's really
after-
going to boost their confidence.
Especially after a loss like this.
Lansing Catholic, they had to use their pressure offense, which they did with their speed. It didn't always work for them. Trying to dominate the boards, I think Haslett had quite a few more rebounds because Haslett has the height, and they couldn't let anyone in the paint. Haslett wasn't making very many of their shots in the paint, so that really helped out Lansing Catholic. So that was very good. But Lansing Catholic really just hasn't pulled away with this game. It's a minute 11 left with our last timeout of the game, we would think. Maybe not.
Coach Beebe doesn't look that upset right now.
He doesn't. I think he's really telling his team how to finish this game off right now. He doesn't. There are definitely chances in a minute a team can come back 11 points. It's been done. I think he's definitely wanting to go out with a fight.
I know that he does not want them to come back and, contend with them. But, right now, it's 11 points is, a little far away.
Exactly. And Lansing Catholic has used to have been always in Haslett's league. So this was a bigger game before in past years, but now as the leagues have changed, they're not. They're in white and we're in gold. Haslett's in gold. Kolpin back
There's
in.
TJ Flagg monitoring that camera over there. Looking good, Tej.
Kolpin looks for somewhere to pass. Miller takes the three. Misses it. Kolpin with the shot. It's long. She didn't seem quite there, quite ready.
I should remind everybody at home that, our vision is student ran,
Completely student run. We're students. You're seeing video filmed by students, directed by students. That's a great part of the Vision 22. Rogers is shooting at the line. Less than a minute left. She shoots, swishes her first shot.
Great shot by Rogers. I think, from her junior, senior year, she made a big jump, and I think that she did a lot better. She's done a lot better this season.
Definitely. It showed this summer in the scrimmages. how much working in the off season really does. She's also a great softball player, went to nationals this summer. Rogers gets the ball again to Miller, to Wolf. Pressured by number 41 on defense. And there's a double dribble.
Wow, I didn't see that, but obviously it happened because they called it.
Wolf doesn't look happy.
No, I wouldn't be very happy if I got called for a double dribble.
No, it's not a great way to finish the game. And I don't think that's what BB was hoping for in any situation. 14, Sam Johnson. Lexi Solomon takes it. Rogers gets the steal. Sam Johnson pressuring her, and a foul is called.
Well, thank everybody for watching us tonight.
Definitely. Thanks for tuning in to the Vision.
Even though we are not live right now.
No, we're not.
It's okay.
But we hope you'll watch this broadcast.
Yeah, hoping you'll watch it on the Vision.
Rogers is finishing off. 23 seconds left.
I think the Vikings have done a great job tonight. Both teams have put in a lot of effort. I think everything's going to go good for both of these teams for the rest of the season.
They have. Like we said, Haslett really hadn't lost a game since last week. They suffered their first 2 games in the beginning, but then they had a great streak going.
Great block by Rogers, by the way.
Great block by Rogers. 10 seconds left. This is exactly what Haslett needs right now to boost their confidence. This is going to show us what Haslett has left.
Great game.
Great game. Thanks for tuning in to the Vision.
Lots of heart by both teams.
That concludes 45-31. Haslett takes it. Got some great athletes tonight in this contest. The guys will play now, and we'll see how they compete against the Lansing Catholic boys.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks for watching.